Okay, this is the Moondrop Kanas PRO. It is a 10 millimeter single dynamic driver. So there's one driver inside here, and it's a dynamic driver. It's got a special coating that is like a diamond-like coating. The hardness of the diaphragm, titanium coatings, beryllium coatings is supposed to make the diaphragm more efficient because it recovers from what it's doing so that it can do the next thing it's supposed to do faster than regular plastic, which is the same as your Coca-Cola bottles, but in a much thinner version, the PT Mylar drivers. So this is using a special coating that is supposed to give it better playback, and I think that it actually works. The other thing that this company is doing is they're using the Harman target curve as their ideal. That's a good thing because it's not the flat line that people for years were saying that they wanted, because the loudness curve for how the human ear is looks like a frequency response graph flipped up. So a lot of IEMs have a boost, from 2 to 3 and then up, and it goes up a hill, and the human hearing actually has a dip in that range. So a lot of IEMs are already kind of doing that. I don't think they were doing it on purpose. I don't know. This company is actually actively using the Harman target curve as their ideal curve, which sounds like a very smart way to go. Instead of just having some kind of house sound. That is what people say they like, and you're selling things that people should buy, you want them to buy. Why not do that? Science, use it to make money. Termination is a 3.5. It's got a good, I think, strain relief. The cable is probably familiar. It seems like the same amount as is with the DM6 and the T88 and a lot of IEMs now. So this is, don't know what the content is. I'm a copper guy, not because it makes a difference, but because it doesn't hurt. So I guess I'd rather go with that than a lot of these other type of cables. So, but this is pretty typical of right now, but good typical. This is actually a good cable. And then on the end, you've got that round thing. Don't know why they do that. Just, it's got the long pin, so it shouldn't be a problem. But you're not really worried about putting this in something else. It's more the hole on top of that is concerning. Listening to music, because that's why we're here. On the run, listening for the panning, the left and right of the vehicles that appear to be traveling mostly above and behind you, from left to right, left to right, left, right. There's a lot of panning going on, and that this is really catching it really, really well. The gate announcement for the people to get their passports ready for a flight to Rome, the amount that you can catch of that song is related to the minutia, the detail retrieval ability of the driver that you've got inside your ear. This is picking it up very, very well. It's doing very good. It's so the stage panning cues sound really good, and also the amount of that woman's announcement that I can hear sounds very good. No more, no more. This is the piano. Remember, the piano goes from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz all the way. Fundamental, harmonic combined. It covers your ears from, if there is a bend in the middle, because there's a scoop in the tuning, you're going to get a sense that the piano's back a lot, because it's actually mixed so that this is slightly back already. On this set, it sounds good. It doesn't sound forward. It sounds slightly back like it's supposed to, and it sounds good. The hi-hat crashes in this song can be a little bit much on some IEMs. Not on this set. They sound actually quite good. Bone crusher, lock and load. Thunderous hit. I think the BA drivers on the newest generation of BA sets, the one that is in the DM6 and also in the FA7, are very good, and they sound almost just like dynamic. And then there's sometimes a set like this, that with a track like this, and you feel the vibration slightly different way, but more familiar to your brain, like you've heard it for most of your life. A dynamic driver doing sub bass hit sounds good, sounds correct, and it's quite strong. Now, if I go from a track like this and I go to Helpless, which is completely different, without any EQ, I got Neil Young, helpless, helpless, helpless. He's got that really nasally voice that sometimes some sets just don't take very well to. Sounds very nice on this set. That curve that they were going for sounds good. I can hear that some of the treble stuff that I'm used to with the EX1000 seems to be slightly tamed, but that seems like what most people want. I like the EX1000, but this is all opinions. So I'm not missing anything out of it, but I can notice that there is less volume in some of those upper frequencies. Bachman-Turner overdrive. That is not... That is it. Is it not? Let me go one more time. Boom. Yeah, there we go. You ain't seen nothing yet, but baby, you just ain't seen... For some reason I thought as a kid that this was Joe Walsh singing. Because in this song, baby, you just ain't... It sounds kind of like a Joe Walsh track. And they were jamming at the exact same time, pretty much. The Smoker You Get, The Drinker You, whatever that album was, I think came out maybe close to the same time as the track that originally had this one, not the Best of BTO, but the album where this was on. I thought it was Joe Walsh. It's not. This sounds great. The acoustic electric guitar, whole thing is coming in good. The balance of this set and the lack of emphasis in the bass when it's not supposed to be there. The bass control on this is really, really good. Because, let me get out of here. This wouldn't be. That's not the one. It was a Leonard Skinner. Keep going. Where were we, bro? Keep going. Bingo. Bingo. Simple Man. This is a slow... This was actually played at a funeral for a kid that got killed in a car accident when I was in high school. I'm sorry, that was Tuesday's Gone. They're both not really hype rock anthems. They're down, kind of sad songs. This has a very subtle bass line in it. It's not really that strong. And this is playing it at the volume that I believe it should be, which is not too loud and not too punchy, because it's not supposed to be. The vocals of this track are supposed to be the focus. It's a story song. He's telling a story. Simple Man, Mama Told Me When I Was Young. And it goes into a story. And I believe Ronnie Van Zant's telling his story. It's true or not, who knows. But it's a song where you're listening to the lyrics, so a bass is getting in the way. I'm a bass lover. I love a good bass pull. This isn't the song for it to be getting in my mental way, and it doesn't. It's there, but it's there in the way it's supposed to be. Treble, like I said, I noticed that it's a little bit subdued compared to some stuff I listen to, but that seems to be what is the appealing thing. If the Harman Target curve is to be believed, and I'm sure it is, then most people prefer not that much information past, 7K. It's dropping pretty much. So all that stuff, 10K where they get air, low battery. Oh shit. That area where Psychoacoustic says that you give a sense of airiness at 10K is down the curve of the Harman Target. It's dropping and falling. I can hear that, but it doesn't sound like something that is taking away from the joy of my musical listening. It's actually a very, very nice set. I wish it was lighter, but who gives a shit about that? But if you're picking on stuff like that, I wish it had a different 2-pin, something that was guaranteed to just... I like the ones that stick up, to be honest with you. I know they're not aesthetically pleasing, but sticking up a little bit, I can easily get everything in there. It doesn't matter what the housing is. Some people say, oh, I don't like that, it sticks out too far. Who gives a fuck? It's in your ear. I don't care. I don't look at this area when it's in my ear. Take a picture maybe, but who really cares? So that wouldn't have been what I would have done. But these guys are better at this whole fucking thing than I am. I'm just reviewing their shit. Reality check. They do a good job at what they're doing. Of all the dynamic drivers, aside from the EX1000, because it's my personal love, I think this one. I think it's relaxing. It's got a smooth delivery. It's detail rich. The bass doesn't interfere when it's not supposed to. The mids sound where they're supposed to with its piano vocals, and treble sounds slightly subdued, but I'm hearing the stuff that's there. It just doesn't sound like it does on the EX1000, but again, that's a personal taste, and that's not a taste that a lot of other people have. I always talk about EX1000 because people need to know that I'm okay with that treble heat. Usually, if it's done like that. This doesn't have that. That's not the way it was designed. It doesn't take away from the joy. It probably adds to it for a lot of people. So this would be a set that I would rec a lot. I think it's really good. And with the DM6 being very difficult to get, and the Tansio Mirai being maybe harder than even the DM6, this would be the most easy to get high quality sounding chi-fi item probably that you could get today, which is whatever day you're watching this, because I'm going to put this up tonight. So highly wrecked. I think it's a fantastic set. Would like to try the other one, the Blessing. If they're doing the curve with that one, that must sound really good, because that's a hybrid, and if they could get the cohesive sound, that would probably be a really interesting set to consider for best of the best. That was a damn good candidate, actually. So I'm out of here. This is really worth it. A lot of people talking about the iBasso IT01S. I got it. I listened to this. I listened to that. I don't know why anybody who has both of these would pick the other one. This just sounds much more natural in all of its ways. And I'm out. And this thing just died in the video. I need to charge it up. So I'm out of here.
Shows live on stage for hoes yelling.